Good morning. My name's Vincent. This is the Real Vinny Van channel. And one more live edition of that Real Vinny Van vlog. How y'all doing? Good to see you or not see you. Do you think it's crazy when people say that? We're making a video and saying, good to see you. It's good to see me right there. That's all I can see is me. We do lots of things, funny things as vloggers. We say lots of funny stuff. I'm walking and talking. It's that walk and talk with that Real Vinny Van guy. Wow. You know, I don't know how many of you listening to this actually have a YouTube channel or do anything like this, and definitely not complaining. This vlog has helped me immensely in my mind, just in my routines. It's really strengthened me in a lot of areas, but it's hard. It's hard to keep going. It's hard to keep doing it, especially when you're going through things in your own life, when everything else has to take place as well as the vlog. And I used to watch a lot of Casey Neistat, and I still do, but he said at one point it was his whole life. It almost ruined his marriage. Everything he did, every waking moment of the day, he was thinking about, planning, scripting, doing everything. Everything he did was YouTube. Everything had to do with videos, making videos, uploading videos, planning videos. His whole life was YouTube. Well, there's something to that, clearly. YouTube, it could be an overwhelming thing because you're pursuing something, right? Even Casey, the biggest YouTubers out there, they sure do all start it for a particular reason, whatever that reason might be. Everybody's different why they start YouTube. Some people do it as kids and they just do it for fun. It's cool. Their friends go, "Ooh, you got a YouTube channel? Cool. Can I be on it?" You know. And then some, like me, it's medicinal. It's therapeutic. And for some, it is a creative outlet where they get creative and make movies. And like Casey was awesome from the very beginning. Casey and his brother were doing, they had a TV show on HBO before YouTube was even a thought. They were doing it. So he's for real, but let's face it, they were doing it for money. They were doing it to build something, to grow something. And eventually you see the money that could be made and you go, I'm getting down. Even my boy Timothy Ward, he does his channel pretty much like me. He just walks and he talks, or he sits, he does lives. Even him just recently said, I'm up in my game. Tell me some things I can do. And the fact that he is wondering about what to do next is testament to why he does what he does the way he does it. It's not a whole lot of editing. It's nothing fancy. It's walking through the woods. It's walking anywhere, sitting in his car, sitting in his apartment, whatever. That's what he does. He is basically going through the motions, but now he's hit a certain number and he's making money and he realizes this is for real. I'm up in the game. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make this thing big, to go all the way with it. And I totally get it, and I applaud him. I think he's awesome. He's got a lot of cool things to say. And I think anybody that picks up their phone, their camera, their GoPro, whatever, and they press record and they go for it, they are to be commended. Everybody has the opportunity and not everybody does it. And many people will just ever only watch and support, which is great. We need those people. But it's hard. It's hard on a daily basis. It is a job. It is work, and you've got to discipline yourself. And, I am 5 months in, I've done nothing but talking head videos and maybe 1 or 2 slightly edited videos. Truth. It's about 8:30 my time here in Texas. It's a beautiful morning. I'm down at the mothership, the spot where it all began. And just thinking about how incredibly hard life is and how even you must be going through it. Some of us have absolutely the hardest time in life, and some of us are so happy they can't contain themselves. There's a lot of different experiences going on in this world right now. And I know that for me, I've been through literally the hardest times in years of my life in the last several years. Literally. I'm not complaining. I've learned a lot from it. Still going through it. Between, illness and just emotional life, It's life, it's choices. We all have to make choices, and they're incremental, and they're big, and they're little, and they're all the time, and they never stop coming. We've got to start thinking about the future and what it's going to cost, the choices that we make. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Trying very hard to make better choices in the future. And I've chosen to start a YouTube channel. I've chosen to try and actually do it, and it's a big thing. And some people might look at me because I talk about having success on YouTube and what, maybe a little bit of what I think it looks like. Regardless, it's a real endeavor. It's a real struggle, especially when you're going through the stuff personally, in your life. But it is medicinal, there's no doubt. And there's no quitting. There is no quitting. And I found in life that, there's no quitting on people. There's no quitting on goals. There's definitely no quitting on yourself. And you have to keep going, man. You got to keep plugging away. And it doesn't matter how you feel, what you're feeling, what your emotions are. You've got to still get up every single day and make the very best of it. And what are you doing? Are you building a YouTube? You got to make the very best of it. You can't quit. You can't sit around thinking about this or that or scenarios. You got to keep going, man. You got goals, fulfill them, get them done. And you feel bad? I know, it's terrible. But what is going to happen to you if you sit around focusing on how terrible you feel? What's going to happen? Where's that going to leave you? What kind of things are you going to get done? I know from very personal experience that it's seriously difficult to focus, to get up, to put on a smiley face, and to do things with a good attitude when you feel terrible. Not only physically, like with your health, but with your emotions and your soul, And whoever that guy was that said, trust your gut, he's full of crap. Trust your gut. That is the worst thing you could do, trusting your gut. Most of us are unhealthy. Our gut is our second brain. It's just telling us to do all kind of stupid stuff, especially if you're unhealthy. And most of the time when you're healthy, most people don't even know they got a cluttered up gut and that their gut's lying to them. And that's a whole nother subject right there, a whole nother subject. Because there is some interstitial stuff happening inside of our gut that guides us and directs us and causes us to give in to those things that we should never be doing. you know. And I know I've struggled with some health issues. And thank God they haven't ever gotten to the point where it has crippled me and caused me to not be able to do anything. I'm still putting on a smiley face. I am still saying I am well and I am healed and I am moving forward into this. And so quitting's not an option, man. Quitting means dying. Quitting means literally perishing from this earth. You can't quit. And you know, it may not be perish tomorrow, but it's perish sooner than you want, sooner than you need. When we stop, when we quit on people, on goals, on ourselves, we die. We die. What are we gonna do? Sit here until we die? No. We're gonna do something. And what happens to you when you mentally lose it? What happens to you when you fall into depression? What happens to you when you quit everything because you don't feel good because your emotions are hurt? What happens when you just rest in your emotions and your depression and your sadness and your hurt? What happens? Everything seems to go wrong. It's almost like you're just a big giant magnet inviting everything bad to happen. You ever been there? It's true, man. It is true. And I watch it happen with other people, very emotional people, and they will never agree with me because the hurt is for reasons and everything has a reason and this is why. And you can sit in the hurt. You can sit in it. And I know I'm being a little harsh. I'm doing that with myself. I'm being harsh on myself. I'm not being harsh on anybody. I'm saying that for me, when I sit around thinking about who did what and how many people have screwed me over and, you know, what I lost and why they did that, I lose. It's like I'm a magnet for bad crap, for no forward motion, for anything good happening in my life. It's like I am a magnet for everything that is the opposite of what I need and want. You sit around and talk about all the good you're going to do and all the big goals that you have. But the truth is, none of that is going to happen till you get past and say, no, I am not going to sit in this. I am not going to be the victim anymore. It doesn't matter what's happening to you. Everybody in the world could turn on you. Every bad thing in the world could happen to you. What do you got to do? You got to say, no, devil, not today, Satan. You ever seen that shirt? That's an awesome shirt. It's the truth. It's all in the attitude. And, you know, I'm a Christian guy, so I don't use particular language a majority of the time because I try to watch my mouth. I used to have a full-on sailor mouth. And I ain't knock anybody. I choose to live differently. I feel like it really has helped my mind, my soul, to not be that way, to not just flippantly use that kind of language and stuff. But David Goggins, that guy, I forget what his book is called, but he's pretty intense, man. He's gotten to a point where he has just said, basically, you gotta not give an F. You gotta stop. And at some point, none of that stuff, anything that happens to you, can be a factor in what you do, in your forward motion, in your life, in your goals, in your desires, and what you want from this life. Bottom line is, whatever you're going through, hey man, miss, I'm sorry. I am absolutely sorry, and it devastates me sometimes when I sit and think about the terrible things people go through. A lot worse than me. Much, much worse than me. They have devastating illnesses. They have diagnoses that are just insane. And you think, what am I thinking about? My stuff, the way I feel, my sickness, my situation is nothing. It's nothing compared to that. And I just thank God for his grace on my life, that I am still with the strength and the mental capacity to overcome. Not because of me, but because of what he did for me. He's given me freedom. He's given me all things that pertain to life and godliness. That is my belief. That means that I rest in him. I rest in truth. I rest in hope. I rest in the knowledge that all things have already been given. And we all have it. You ever read that book, The Secret? That's somebody else's perspective of what I'm talking about. And that has nothing to do with Jesus. I've always said you don't have to be a Christian to use the power of what Jesus did. Lots of people have found the secret, and I'm not saying the secret is the book that you should read or anything like that. I'm saying that there is something to positivity. There is something to speaking correct words. There is something to overcoming by the words of your mouth and the deeds of your hands and feet. What we do, what we say. So don't quit. We can't quit. I get up every morning feeling the way I feel. I don't come on this YouTube talking about how I feel every morning. I don't come on this YouTube talking about my thoughts about life and sickness and illness and wellness and health and all of it. I don't sit around on this YouTube channel talking about all that stuff. Because why? Because nobody wants to hear a dude who's depressed and who is weak and sick. Nobody's going to tune in for that. The 131 or so people that I have on this channel right now, they don't want to hear all that crap. They probably don't even want to hear this. You know, people want to tune in for good stuff, for happy stuff, for educational stuff, for knowledge. And that's what I want to bring. But today I woke up and I was thinking, I've got to overcome. I don't feel good. I got to put on a good face. I got to speak positive. I got to go do my work with joy. I got to treat people with kindness and respect. That's what I'm doing, man. And that is where I'm going. So I hope that you have a fantastic day. I hope your day is blessed. I hope y'all put your positivity on. Be a blessing to someone. Don't quit. Don't quit on people. Don't quit on that guy or that person that you just can't stand. Watch what happens. Don't quit. Don't quit on your goals. Don't quit on yourself. That's important. Anyway, what do I know? Guy named Vinny talking about advice. You know. Wax on. Y'all, I really like you. I'm so stoked you're here at the beginning of this thing. I'm gonna install my battery in the van today. Maybe the TV and computer, and hook up my hotspot and see how everything works. I might sit in bed tonight, and watch TV in the van. It's crazy. You guys take care. I'll talk to you later.